Today, you will see with your own eyes the evil that was Auschwitz. It opened as a memorial in 1947, nearly 3 years after the last gas chamber had ceased to operate. You come from all over the world, drawn by your need to see for yourself where the horror took place, and by your need to understand. Auschwitz arose in Europe, in the heart of one of the most advanced civilizations the world has ever known. A society of normal people, people like you and me. So how can we begin to make sense of what happened here? What can Auschwitz teach us today?
3 years ago, when the Auschwitz Memorial was closed, like so many other institutions worldwide, very quickly people from all over the world reached out to us and said, you need to do something because we would like to be present. We would like to exchange. We would like to have the possibility to access Auschwitz Birkenau, because it's not a regular museum. For many people worldwide, this is something which has a sacred nature. People come to pray, to meditate, to remember. So that's why so many people reached out and said, we do understand it's COVID, we do understand you're under lockdown, but please come up with something so that we can visit.
We have our premiere of the Auschwitz Birkenau Foundation live virtual tour of some of the Nazi death camps.
If you have any questions so far, I can try to answer them.
Were captured soldiers kept in the concentration camps, and were they gassed, or were they kept separately or treated differently?
They were sent in here, most of them autumn 1941, after the aggression of Nazi Germany on the Soviet Union.
One of the most profound parts of the tour being live would be that you have the opportunity to ask questions and to engage in discussion with your tour guide. It wasn't set up as like a webinar, it was an actual Zoom call that you were connected to and that you were having. It felt very personal and intimate, sort of closer to how it would feel if you were actually there. I think this was also an experience that illuminated parts of Auschwitz that you don't get from the history books. I mean, to hear like the testimony of individuals and to walk through virtually the places that they were victim of, it's just really moving.
It's been a fabulous experience. They have been very open to any of our concerns. You know, we were concerned about kids that might have trauma histories, or what would this, how might this impact students who may be immigrated from countries that have atrocities occurring right now. We worked through that with them and with our adjustment counselors to make sure there's always supports for students. They gave us some advice around how to best sort of work it into our school day, support our students, support the curriculum to make sure that we didn't just sort of show the tour and it ended there, right? There's a whole lot around the tour, and it's sort of the culmination of a long curriculum that we think is really important and makes it so much more meaningful for our students.
Auschwitz in front of your eyes, it's a powerful platform because there's a human interaction to it that's vital. We brought it to my school district, and as we were changing our Holocaust education, we decided to build around it. And then I learned that it was unique and powerful in the way it reached our students, and has changed my teaching significantly, and has changed how I teach Holocaust education, unlike anything I've ever experienced. And that's why it can provide that without being here physically. Nothing else can do that.
We have created this program for schools and for communities like this. We are able to provide additional information. We can try to focus in the future on the fate of a selected group of prisoners, for example, female prisoners or children prisoners. So with new technology, there is very little limits and limitations to what we do. What we see around the world is maybe not the most optimistic sign, but I am convinced that the 2 million visitors who come annually to visit Auschwitz Birkenau, that among them there is lots of people who really believe that they can make a difference. It is our hope that people can learn from this horrific history.